I built Mount Olympus in my Sunlit Plateau using the new Olympian Cloud Mansion from the Godly Glamour Star Path. It is the bonus reward for completing the Star Path, and you can still get it in the next 3 weeks. And here is what I have decided to do with it in my main Dreamlight Valley. Here is the list of items I will be using in this build, including a lot of items from the Hercules collection and the Hero's Journey update. I placed the house on this larger side of the Sunlit Plateau, and I also still have my Pride Rock here. It will stay tucked in that small pocket next to the river. The other side of my Sunlit Plateau is a Tarzan jungle theme build with the Adventureland treehouse. I will leave the link to the speed build in the description below if you want to check it out. So it should be interesting to combine the ancient Greek and the jungle aesthetic in one biome. I started with the pathing to cover the entire area around the house. I'm using golden brick road and a golden opal road, and I want to build a fence around the mansion with these ancient stadium walls. I'm combining them with the marble columns and the cypress trees to make it easier to fit in a section of a certain length, and also so it would not look too repetitive. Then I decided to break it up with these closed golden gates of Olympus. I will have some open ones on the opposite sides where I will need to be able to pass through. And now I want to add a water feature as a main centerpiece in front of the house. Everything else will be built around it, so I need to figure out the spacing of the centerpiece first. I'm using two larger water pieces from the Neverland River kit and a marble fence for a pool borders. Next, I'm going to extend the pathing all around the pool to cover up the entire area with the wide enough paths for walking. These cypress trees have a small enough footprint to even put them all around the pool. I'm going for the symmetry in this build to make it look like this grand classic mansion. I also want to include some seating areas in front of the pool. I'm using the Grecian chaiselong and the Olympian easy chairs, both from Hercules update. And I want to make sure I will have enough space left to walk around the river and fish. I will have a path connecting the two bridges and leading to the Pride Rock. Next, I'm going to finish the fence around the mansion. But in the front part, I'm using the stone barrier to have that side look more open, so it would blend better with the jungle. I also want to use ancient stadium walkway to outline the fence, but only from the two sides, because the rest are going along the biome edges anyway and will not be visible. Next, I'm going to add some details in the inner courtyard. with some items from the Hercules collection, like the luxury Grecian spa and the Pegasus fountain. And I want to try adding these new items from the premium shop. They called dramatic smoke bombs. I'm using specifically the horizontal ones because they look like a rolling fog. It is my new favorite item to use in the build to help set the mood and atmosphere. You can change their color from the six available options, and I'm gonna have them all set to orange to match the golden clouds on the house. And I also added extra columns and candles on these little podiums around the house to make it look even more grand and official. I added some additional seating areas and decor around the water feature. And of course, I had to include a few of the glowing cloud runways from the Star Path. They look the same as the clouds on and under the house. I wish we could rotate the beam of light as well because right now it all goes in one direction. I wanted some additional details on the pool, so I am adding the stadium walkways underneath the water. It will help to make it look like the pool has some depth. And I want to use another set of items from this week's premium shop. These water jets. They come in three variations. I was able to make the two circular patterns, but I want to play with them more to try make some more interesting shapes in the future. The problem is you need a very large body of water to place a lot of them, and this pool is quite small. And at the end, I'm also adding a few floating bubbles to place some candles inside. And the pool is done. This last section is the path that connects all the main entrances, the mining nodes, and the Vitality Mines entrance as well. So I will be making a road here with some foliage on the sides. I want to make some interesting pattern design using the same two path types I've been using. And I draw them in this geometric pattern inspired by the Greek pattern design. To block the view of the Scars Cave, I added these new trees from the Hercules realm. They have such a good coverage. I never like how we can see the Forgotten Lands from the Sunlit Plateau. And having some large trees on this side will definitely help to hide some of that view. I'm also going to add some sculptures and smaller plants to make it look like a garden path. And finally, I'm going to add the trees and bushes around the Pride Rock and a couple Lion King decor items. I will also continue the rock path towards the bridge. This area should blend very well with the jungle across the river. I'm pretty sure I knew before about these tall acacia trees, but I have not used them in a while. They actually have these three completely different variations of the different sizes and shapes. So I added them as part of the foliage around the Pride Rock and the garden path. And this is how my Sunlit Plateau turned out. The Olympian Mansion is really tall, so you can see it from afar. This house skin is definitely worth getting from the store path. It looks very unique and fits all the items that came with the Hercules update. If you have the storybook veil, it would look very good in Mythopia as well. I just finished redecorating my entire Mythopia with all the new items from the Hercules update, so I didn't have a place for this mansion. I also wanted to see how it would look in my main valley. I'm also in the process of redecorating my entire valley as well. And if you want to see more Hercules theme builds, check out my Storybook Veil playlist to see all the Mythopia builds. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed this speed build and it brought you some inspiration for decorating with this Olympian mansion. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.